And so we have to mention several stories. Let me start by mentioning the official statement today by Manchester United. It's now confirmed, Kobbie Mainoo 2031. What I told you over the recent days, exclusive updates on every single detail of this story. Well, now it's official, Kobbie Mainoo stays until 2031, an important news for Manchester United. And don't forget also Manuel Neuer, because today a meeting took place between the agent of Manuel Neuer and Bayern to continue together. 40 years old goalkeeper stays at Bayern next season. Now the agreement is about the contract details, but Neuer wants to stay and to play one more year for Bayern. Will be incredible. 16 years together. Manu Neuer and FC Bayern for sure would be something special. So the agreement is getting closer. We have to talk also today about managers, guys, and clarify something on the Real Madrid situation, because I'm getting many questions on Jurgen Klopp and I'm getting many questions on Jose Mourinho. So, for the situation of Jose Mourinho, I maintain what I've been telling you. Jose Mourinho would love to go to Real Madrid. Despite the public interview made yesterday, and obviously the focus of Jose Mourinho is now on helping Benfica till the end of the season, but Jose Mourinho would love to go to Real Madrid, and Florentino Perez is absolutely aware of that. There will be more contacts between Jorge Mendes, the agent taking care of this, and Real Madrid. The point, from what I'm hearing, is not going to be the contract. The contract would not be an issue, according to my informations. It's on Real Madrid to decide. They have to decide whether they want to press the button and activate the Operation Mourinho back or not. It's just on Real Madrid. And in this moment, the decision is in the hands of Florentino Perez. So Jose Mourinho is waiting. Real Madrid are informed. The release clause, the break clause at Benfica ends in the final days of May. So there is almost 1 month to activate the clause, or eventually try and negotiate with Benfica without talking about the clause. The relationship between the two clubs is important. This is another important point. So Real Madrid and Benfica share a very good relationship. Let's wait. Let's see what happens. But Jose Mourinho is still waiting for Real Madrid. On Jurgen Klopp, guys, I told you already in January, when Xabi Alonso got fired, that Jurgen Klopp is a name who has many fans internally at Real Madrid in the board. But the decision is in the hands of Florentino Perez. In this case, is not, as a few years ago, 50-50, management board together with Florentino. In this case, they can give the advice, of course, but Florentino will have the final say on the manager. So Jurgen Klopp has some fans internally at Real Madrid, but at the moment depends on Florentino. On Jurgen Klopp, Real Madrid believe that is Jurgen Klopp, and I keep telling you since January, who has to decide on his future, to decide whether he wants to put himself on the market or not. Real Madrid are not disturbing Jurgen Klopp or Red Bull Group, where he's working right now, also for relationships. So if Jurgen Klopp goes and says, I want to go back into management, I want to return as a coach, and I'm on the market, in that case, could be a possibility. But at the moment, this still didn't happen, and Real Madrid consider this a crucial step. So this is why the situation between Klopp and Mourinho at the moment is different. Mourinho is waiting for Real Madrid, and he's hoping for Real Madrid. From Jurgen Klopp, Real Madrid are still not receiving any public message on the intentions he has for his future. And they believe this has to be the first step, if he really wants to be in the running for the Real Madrid job. So let's wait, and let's see what's gonna happen here. Then some names who are going to be interesting in terms of market. Some names who will be really interesting to follow in the upcoming weeks. The first one I want to mention is a center striker, and is Gonzalo Ramos. Because the striker of Paris Saint-Germain, for me, a very interesting player, because also every single time he plays, is not so much space at Paris Saint-Germain. They have a fantastic squad, but every single time he has the opportunity to play, he's always delivering. Gonzalo Ramos is an important player for Luis Enrique, but my understanding is that Gonzalo Ramos could leave Paris Saint-Germain in the summer transfer window. It's a serious possibility, it's a concrete possibility, so watch out for this possibility of Gonzalo Ramos leaving Paris Saint-Germain. There are many clubs interested, in Italy and not only. I'm hearing also possibility for Spanish and English clubs, so there is movement around Gonzalo Ramos. Could be one of the interesting names for the summer transfer window, and I would be very careful, because could be an opportunity, one of the names that we will be mentioning, I think, in this summer transfer window. So obviously now the full focus is on Paris Saint-Germain, on try winning as many titles as possible once again, because Gonzalo Ramos has been a big part also last season, scored in the Super Cup final, so he's always been an important part of the project. But now, time to go this summer for Gonzalo Ramos. Then, guys, I wanted to bring also another name. I was already mentioning him a few days ago, but I tell you today that Anthony Gordon has really serious chances to leave Newcastle in the summer transfer window. but really, really serious chances. At the moment, Bayern are really interested in the player. Premier League clubs could also appear on scene quite soon. So it's between Bayern and Premier League at this stage. But Anthony Gordon is attracting serious interest and could be one of the names to watch. Depends also on the price tag Newcastle will decide. But according to my information, there is a serious, strong possibility to see Anthony Gordon leaving Newcastle United in the summer transfer window. So keep an eye on this one, because Gordon could be another big name to follow in this summer transfer window. With Bayern really interested, he's part of a 3-man shortlist for the winger position. Bayern will add the winger in the summer transfer window. And then there is also interest from Premier League. So we have to follow this one. Just to finish, guys, many questions on Marcus Rashford. Many of you asking me, it's true that they are negotiating Man United, Barcelona. Guys, this is not new. I know in the recent days they kind of sold you this story, but from what I'm hearing, it remains a conversation between Manchester United and Barcelona. But at the moment, Manchester United insists on Marcus Rashford. 30 million euros buy option clause. This is the money Man United want. Otherwise, the player can return to United and they can decide what to do, eventually to sell him somewhere else. Barcelona are insisting because they have the player on their side. Marcus Rashford would love to stay in Barcelona. The relationship Rashford-Flick is excellent. The relationship Rashford-teammates is excellent. So Barcelona are insisting to restructure the deal with Manchester United, to change the conditions, maybe another year loan, maybe on different conditions, but Barcelona want to be creative around the Rashford deal. Meanwhile, Barcelona, at the same time, while they try to understand if they can find a way with Manchester United, they are also, according to what I'm hearing, considering some alternatives. So Barca have two ways: keep Rashford if they can find an agreement with United, or explore different alternatives. Explore the market of wingers. And this is not about only young players like Conceição for Palmeiras, because these are talents, but this is not for the immediate, of course. It's for the next years, it's different stories. It's about big profiles, big names. So Barcelona are also exploring alternatives if they can't reach an agreement.